Hey, it's Adele from Inky Quill, and I have another 12x12 process video for you today, this time using my February hip kit. And this is the first layout that I did using this kit, and I've got all of my things ready. I've got all of my papers, and I've cut them all, the innards out of them so that I can get the most out of the papers, and it's just easier to start off like that. So I thought I'd do a bit of mixed media. So I'm just grabbing some Liquitex modelling paste, and I wanted to use that dot stencil on the background. And what am I doing? Oh, I wanted to use that watercolour paper. So I wanted something that was a bit painted. So just adding a couple of these corally, purpley colours, pinky colours. Then I get modelling paste on my gelato. Yeah, it's great fun. I'm mixing it all in. And this spatula is great. It's really, really sturdy, so I don't feel like I'm about to snap it when I'm mixing the modelling paste. Excuse me. I wanted to try and mix a colour that was quite similar to the pinky tones in that watercolour, and in the end it was a little bit more corally, but it did work in the end, so that was good. Now the funny thing is, I think I did a couple of pages. Yeah, I did. This paper that I'm doing right now I don't actually use, so I kept it in just to show you, but I was going to use this, but then I had some extra modelling paste left, so I just decided to do a couple more pieces of cardstock and ended up liking one of my spare ones better than this one. So I've put that aside for a future layout. And I'm not sure if it's, I know I did about 3 or 4. I might have turned off the camera after a little while. Could be this one. No, not this one. Must be another one. So these are waiting for me for a future layout, which is handy because then I don't have to worry about doing all the mixed media bit. So this is the one that I actually end up using. I think it's just once stenciled, I think. Yeah. Getting every last bit. I love keeping, that's a tip, keep those ephemera packet plastic bits. That's what I use to mix all of my modelling paste in, and it's great because I just chuck it straight out after. And I've always got new ones coming in, so really I'm never without a few in my stash, so very, very handy they are. And always, always, always clean your stencil straight away when using modelling paste because it dries like concrete and you cannot get that sucker off. You cannot. It's ridiculous. So this is the one I end up using, and you're not going to believe this. I use mists for the first time like they're supposed to be used. I've only ever used mists like, you know, unscrewing the cap and dropping it all over my my layout, but I actually used it properly. So I mix a couple of gelatos just with some water, and I just wanted a bit of a watercolor wash over a part of that background. Oh, also I did in between dry this off with a hairdryer, so it's very dry. Big warned, if you use modelling paste, make sure it's completely dry before you keep using it because it can smush and you can get all sorts of yucky things, which you can always cover, but just to be on the safe side, it's best to let it dry. See, did you see me use the gold mist like it was actually meant to be used? Very exciting. So it's just the Heidi Swap Colour Shine. It gave the page a really nice colour shine. Funny that. God, I'm a dag. So I'll go and hairdryer it, and then I come back, hopefully, at some point. Tick tock. Oh, I forgot to press pause. So now you just have to sit and watch my mat. Well, let's just chat. Let's just chat about colour mists, because what do you use mists for? Because honestly, I've only ever used them for ink dots. I know you can use them as spraying through stencils. How does that work? Do you need to gesso beforehand? Any tips and tricks to using mists? I would love to hear from you in the comments below, because I'm not really a mixed media-y person. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. So any tips would be greatly appreciated. So just adding, I've been on a real vellum kick at the moment, I think because I actually found it in my stash, and just using my paper trimmer to trim off, I think I only trim off about just over 1 centimetre on 2 sides, and just finding the best spot to put that, the best direction to put that paper. It's a really, really pretty paper. I just didn't like that green in it. I'm going to say it. Oh dear. So, adding the cardstock, and is this the one that I rip? One of them I rip. Could be this one. Yeah. No. No, it's not. But one of them I severely rip in a process video coming up. And I don't usually do this. I don't usually mat my photo on the same paper that the border of the picture is, but I figured it was kind of different enough that I could get away with it. And then, what else do I mat it on? Oh, this beautiful wood grain. Really, really nice. I thought it just added a bit of warmth to it as well, and it tied in with some of the corally tones of that, the gelatos that I splashed everywhere. And just looking to see if another paper would work, or if that's enough, and grab a doily from my stash. I grabbed my doilies just from the local $2 shops. They seem to have a lot of different patterns and things, and this size I have a stack of because they just fit perfectly behind 4x6s. And one tip though, glue tape does not like doilies. It rips them. So if you're using doilies, I would recommend using double-sided tape instead of a tape runner. So here, doing like I did in my last hip kit video, Hello Mrs. Toomey, which I'll put a link down below, just using some, this time crepe paper. Last time I used tissue paper, but this time's crepe paper, and just concertinaing it just to add a little bit more texture to my layout. And I really like doing this with the white because it's not bold, it blends into the white cardstock background, but it still just gives it a little bit of extra something. And if I had a sewing machine that I knew where all of the bits and pieces were, I would stitch across that. Maybe it would look pretty in gold thread. That would look nice. So just going through, this was a cut apart. I think it was Heidi Swap from the kit, and I really like those flowers, but I didn't want to add the grey. I just wanted it to be a warm layout without too many cool colours, so I just fussy cut those flowers out. And I have a bit of a confession to make. I don't really like the embellishment pack this month. It's not my style, the Jubilee collection. I love these flowers, they're beautiful, but the Aztec-y patterns and the multicoloured factor, I'm just not feeling it. So I've been struggling a little bit to use up those embellishments. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Every time I put down one of those multicoloured pieces on my layout, I just go a bit, and I take it back off again. So yeah, we'll see how I go with those. I've just had a look at the March and the April sneak peeks came out today, and they look beautiful. So I'm looking forward to those. This February kit kind of stumped me a little bit with the papers were fine, but just the embellishments, I didn't really know how to use them. I knew how to use them. They didn't suit my style. So here, doing the same thing that I did for the, as I did for the last hip kit video, and putting a bit of baker's twine over the top of that concertinaed crepe paper, which is just a really little detail just to add a bit of texture, and like I said, if I had a sewing machine that was working, I would have used that. So this is my sewing machine on a budget. And I don't think I add too much more. So the title for this one is Dream, using one of those Dear Lizzie watercolor words, and I don't even add any colors or anything to it. I just thought it was beautiful, and it didn't take away from the photo that way. So adding one of these embellished, I think they are, puffy stickers. And let's see, do I add any rub-ons? I don't think I do. Or maybe I add a heart? Maybe? Yeah, a couple of hearts. You can never go wrong with gold heart. These rub-ons are really, really beautiful to rub on. I've had a bit of trouble with some in the past. Like the schmear ones I struggle majorly with. But these ones were really smooth. And I like that it's on the diagonal too. So I've got a little cluster at the top, and then my main cluster's weighted down the bottom. And I think that's almost it. Oh, roller stamp. That's one of my new must-haves, roller stamp. What do I put this moment? And I've been doing a lot of double stamping too, which I'm really liking. So overall, this is one of my favourite layouts that I've done for a really, really long time. I think because it's so soft and feminine and not too busy. I'm hoping to do a few that aren't too busy. I just get carried away and just keep adding and adding, and I made a huge of that mist spray, so I have to cover it with something. I cover it with a wood veneer heart, because you can always cover your mistakes. And that's it. So please let me know if you liked it and what you've been doing with your February hip kits. I'd love to have a look. And thanks for watching, everyone. The link to my Facebook is down below. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see. Bye!